The submerged flotilla carrying Greta Thunberg was attacked by a drone strike in Tunisia. Now, the boat, which is bound for Gaza, carrying aid set off last week, caught fire after it was hit. Now, we have some video footage that shows the strike.
Unfortunately, we have to tell the world that once again, our non-violent humanitarian and solidarity mission to Gaza to break the siege and to create a humanitarian corridor has been attacked. The team that was on the boats, they spotted a drone approaching. This drone flew above the boat, went to the front of the boat, to the bow of the boat, and dropped an explosive device that put the boat on fire.
The Portuguese flagged boat carrying the flotilla's steering committee sustained fire damage to its main deck and below deck storage. The organiser said in the statement, the GSF confirms that one of the main boats was struck by what is suspected to be a drone, the organiser said on social media. It said everyone on board was safe after the incident. The flotilla arrived in Tunisia after the weekend and was anchored about 80 kilometres from the port of Sidi Bou Said when the incident allegedly took place. The Tunisian government denied it was a strike, and they said the Tunisian authorities said the explosion originated inside the vessel and that reports of a suspected drone attack on the flotilla have no basis in truth. The Tunisian authorities suggested that the fire might have been caused by a cigarette. Well, they're obviously lying, right? You just saw the footage of the boat being struck. There is no way you can claim otherwise. And at this moment, we don't officially know who ordered the strike. Of course, the first culprit, we'd assume, would be Israel. The members of the flotilla believe that to be the case. Members of the GSF held Israel responsible for the attack, noting the Israeli military's past assaults on ships bound for Gaza. There is no other authority that would do such an attack, such a crime, except the Israeli authorities. Spokesperson Saif Abu Shek said in a video posted on the GSF's official Instagram page. They have been committing genocide for the past 22 months, and they are willing to attack a peaceful, non-violent flotilla, he added. So what is going on here? Did Israel send a drone strike all the way to the Tunisia port, or did Tunisia do it themselves? Again, we can't officially know, although I obviously think Israel is behind this. But here's what we do know for sure. So on the surface, Tunisia has overall supported the Palestinian people. There are currently no diplomatic relations between them and Israel. But what's complicated is that their dictatorial president, Kais Saied, has used strong rhetoric in standing up for Palestine, but it isn't really backed with action. Now, this is an interesting excerpt from an article by Al Jazeera. While the president has not missed any opportunity to publicly condemn Israel's genocidal war on Palestinians, he also consistently opposed all direct political and legal actions proposed against Israel's atrocities. For example, he refused to back proposed legislation aimed at penalising normalisation within Tunisia's borders and abroad. Such legislation would not only reaffirm Tunisia's commitment to the Palestinian cause, but also send a clear message to Israel that its occupation of Palestine and the oppression of Palestinians would never be accepted. Said never offered a meaningful explanation for his opposition to such legislation, beyond vague suggestions that it may somehow endanger Tunisia's security or hinder its economic interests. Now, according to the Middle East Monitor, last year, Tunisian authorities prevented lawyer and former head of the anti-corruption authority, Chowki Tabib, from leaving the country as he was heading to The Hague to represent Palestine in the genocide case filed against the Israeli occupation. The Tunisian Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced that Tunisia would not join in any lawsuits against Israel at the ICJ, claiming that this involves implicit recognition of this entity. Now, the Tunisian people are ferociously pro-Palestine, so Said is obviously exploiting that sentiment. I mean, given the excuse that Tunisia won't support any lawsuits against Israel because, well, they don't recognise the state. I mean, come on, that's a cop-out. There are levels of power. There's soft power you can do to stop Israel's genocide, and not doing so is being complicit in their actions. So what this means is either Tunisia ordered the strike at the behest of Israel, or Israel did it themselves and Tunisia have covered up for them. But what has the response been from the flotilla? Abu Sheikh, the GSF spokesman, said the flotilla is determined to continue the mission despite the attack. We will continue our preparation as soon as we make sure the ships are safe and the crew and the participants are safe, he said. We will continue to break the siege on Gaza. So you hear that? This isn't going to stop them. Israel's monstrous regime won't intimidate them. Everyone on board the flotilla are heroes. Remember that we have live shows 3 times per week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 p.m. discussing the latest political stories. We are trying to go full-time and grow this channel. You can support us by going to turnleftmedia.co.uk/support. There you can support us monthly via Patreon, or there is another link to a one-off donation. Alternatively, you can become a YouTube member for just 99p. Remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.